So I've never noticed this before. I just come down the trail here, and there's signs to let you know when you're at half a kilometer, 3/4 of a kilometer, and 1 kilometer. And then I get down at the end here. It doesn't say 1.5 kilometers. It says 2.5. So there's no way from the 1 kilometer sign to here is another 1.5 kilometers. No, somebody messed up. It's supposed to be 1.5, not 2.5. I'm surprised I never noticed that before. It's a little bit breezy. I don't know how it's affecting the camera here. So I'm out enjoying the day. It's October 30th today. Short day. It's incredible. I'll take it. As the last few years, our first snow has been Halloween night, right, which is tomorrow night, and it's not going to happen. It's going to be warm again tomorrow, not as warm as today. It's 23 right now, so that's going to be nice. So I'm out enjoying it. I didn't feel like going out today, but I'm not missing this. I'll take it as it comes. So, got my new computer. And a little bit disappointed in it in a couple of ways. I hope the wind's not messing things up here. I was under the understanding it had 8 USB ports on the back. I need at least 6. I was hoping for 8, but I need at least 6. There's only 4. But it's got the 2 on the front. I needed the 2 on the front as well. So, okay, well, I'll just have to combine things, not a big deal. So, okay, that's fine. Problem is, there is no audio input. Not on the back, not on the front. So, I can't record my scanner now, which is very disappointing. Not like I can really use it anyways. I have a couple things planned to see if I can get things working a little better, but I gotta spend money to do that. Not gonna happen just yet. So I have no way of getting it in. So the only thing I can do is see if there's a way of converting an audio analog signal to USB. Seems to me I have one of those little converters. It almost looks like a memory stick. It's got the USB on one end and it's got audio. I'm not sure if it's left and right or in and out on the back. I have no clue where that is, but I know I have one. Had one, I should say. So maybe I can try that. At the moment, I don't know. So the USB strips that I have now, there's 10 on each. They're like their own little computer, basically. And each USB port has its own switch. So I turned each one on individually to make sure hard drives work, because my hard drives were all packed together in Wingham, so when one fails I don't really know which one it is. In the computer I know which one it is, but physically I'm not sure. So I turned each one on individually, marked down the drive letter on it so I know. And went from there. I found 2 that didn't work. The main one that failed was my C-gate. It's kind of weird. It's curved up at the front and then curved up at the back. It's like a race car, I guess. It's kind of weird. So that's the one that failed, or I lost all those files. So I set that on aside. I found my SSD that failed, which I knew. And the other one with my backup files on it is working again. So I don't know if it just went into thermal shutdown or what. but it's working again. So I got that. I'm not trusting it. I'm not going to rely on it, but for now it's working. So, okay, got everything going. And I got all my cooling fans hooked up. These little 2-inch cooling fans. I got all my hard drives lined up in a row. I couldn't do the circle like I wanted to. I just it's not like I don't have room in my bedroom. I just don't have room in the corner where my computer is beside the bed. So I got it set up on top of my dresser, and I got everything. And I got a 2x2 screwed in across the top, and all my little cooling fans along it. And each one is pointed in between two of the hard drives. So there's constant airflow going between them. Keep things cooled down. Now the problem with it is they're a little louder than I expected. One of them by itself you can barely hear it, but all of them together, attached to this piece of wood, it echoes through the dresser. It's loud, and it sounds like a swarm of mosquitoes, an absolutely annoying sound that I hate. So I discovered a new problem. I got my bed here. I've got the computer desk here where the computer is, and then the dresser's behind it, and all those cooling fans are blowing towards my bed. So I got this cold air coming in, because our heat is not working at the moment. We have no heat. The electric baseboards are not working. Don't know why. All the breakers upstairs are on. Martin found one downstairs that said upstairs heat, I think, something like that. I turned it on, to making a difference. I turned my heater all the way up, and halfway up, and all the way down, and it's making no difference. It's not working. So I have absolutely no heat in my bedroom. And I believe downstairs, we're going to save the propane in case we needed it. If there's a power failure in the wintertime or something, we'll have no heat then. And, well, he's used it all up already. We didn't have much to begin with, but he's used it all. So we're looking at getting that problem solved. But for now, I have absolutely no heat in my bedroom, and it gets chilly cold. I have a space heater, but I don't trust it because I bought it in like 1989, 1990, something like that. It's cheap plastic. It works, but I know 2 other people that had one, and they caught fire. So what I'm thinking, I've never had an issue with mine. I'm thinking what happens is, inside it, it's got 2 metal contacts, and as they heat up and cool down, they flex. And when they cool down, they come together, make contact, and that's what turns it on and starts the heat. Well, the problem is every time that happens, it arcs, and it's got oxidation, I guess, build up, and it gets to the point where it won't make full contact and it starts arcing, and that's what causes the fire. That's my guess. So I used to take it apart every once in a while, just stick a piece of really fine sandpaper in between the contacts and clean it out, and it's good to go again. So right now, I am using the heat, but I've got the temperature turned all the way up, so it never gets to the point where it's going to turn off, and I just run it for a bit until it just takes the bite off the cold, and then I shut it down. So I shouldn't have to worry about it catching fire for that. Because I've still used it all these years. I only use it as a fan, but the fan in this is very, very loud, so I got a new fan now, and it's much quieter. It's so much better. But I do want to get a new space heater. I got one picked out on Amazon once I'm able to buy it. And it's got a remote, so I don't have to get out of bed to turn it on, which is good, because when it's cold in my room, that is a bald eagle. First one I've seen here. Cool. I just thought it was a hawk at first, but he's got a white head. Hawks don't have white heads. So that is an eagle, a bald eagle. So, problem with it being cold in my room, it makes me not want to get out of bed. I don't want to get up under that nice warm blanket. So that should hopefully solve that. And it's only, I think it was like $60 or something. I don't need anything special. I just need a heater that's gonna work. Go away, bug. and having the remote would really help as far as that goes. It's supposed to be quiet. It's supposed to be made of fireproof plastic. That almost sounds like an oxymoron. Fireproof plastic. So there's that. Now, I took the hard drive out of my old desktop that failed, and there's nothing to it. It's obviously an SSD. There's no weight to it. It's this little rectangle of plastic, and it feels like it's only a rectangle of plastic. There's no weight to it whatsoever. So I hooked it up. I have an adapter. I got lots of adapters to wow, convert internal hard drives to external hard drives. I got a bunch. I got them for ID, SATA, all HDDs, and I have them for laptops. So I found it. It took me a while to find it. I hooked it up. The computer will see it, but nothing happens. So it's actually the hard drive itself that failed, not the computer, just the hard drive. I was not happy about that because I've lost so much now. All my files that I use to make my thumbnails for my YouTube videos, both on this channel and my fire department channel, all gone. Everything's gone. All my project files, everything, gone. So I had to recreate my thumbnails using an existing thumbnail as a template. It took me probably a couple hours last night just to do the fire department one, because it's more important right now with the daily videos on that channel. I have to have that working. And I have to download all those icons that I put in the bottom corner to let you know what type of video it is. I'm not even sure what all I needed. I did as many as I could remember. I've got most of those back. There's one that I made, an earthquake symbol, not for that channel, but for this channel. When I was talking about the last earthquake, I actually made that one. I couldn't find any suitable. Bugs are driving me nuts here. I think they're excited about the warm weather too. I couldn't find one suitable to visualize earthquake, so what I did was I got a target icon and a heartbeat blip icon, and I combined the two together to make it look like earthquake. It actually looked pretty cool. So if I need that again, I'll have to remake that. Go away, bugs! Holy crap! And swatting at them, it has no effect. They just land on you and go, what was that? It just went by. So, the fire department one is done, and I can't. On the side of the thumbnail for this video, you see the time capture up the side. I have that font, but I don't have the effects in that program anymore, because they, again, to recreate that three-dimensional liquid effect, right? I don't have that anymore. So what I did with my other channel is I cut that part off the main picture, or off an existing thumbnail, and pasted it on it. I had to keep adjusting the color because it fades from white in the bottom left to red in the top right, and I had to play with that to fade a little bit to get it to the point where you couldn't see the rectangle around the words. It's just, I've lost on it. So I'll probably have to do the same thing with these thumbnails, except these are all solid color, so it won't be as difficult. And as far as matching the color, it doesn't matter. I can just use it's an eyedropper. I just pick a color on the screen and it makes it that color. So, as disappointing as that is, you know, it's I just thought of other things I lost too. I have a negative and slide scanner I bought a couple years ago. I've been going through all my old negatives and that, and digitizing my photographs. I had hundreds of them. They're gone. I'll have to start over again, for Pete's sake. So, I think the worst of everything I lost, I think the worst of it is I lost my budget. Now, it's no big deal. I don't really need a budget as far as knowing what I can spend each month. Problem is, I have, like I say, I'm so far in debt now, replacing everything that's failing. I have several automatic payments that come out each month through a firm from Amazon purchases, right? And I know, in my budget, I know exactly how much money I have to have in the bank each specific day to cover what's coming out in the future. I don't have that now. So I have no idea how much money I have to save or hold on to cover those payments. Therefore, I have no idea how much money I can spend each month. I can figure all that out again, but I will have to go back through my emails a year ago and start from there. Problem is, it's a minor problem, but the problem is I get an email from a firm when my loan is confirmed, and it tells me, how many payments I have to make, and it gives the exact date of each payment and how much for each. It gives me a list and that initial one. Problem is, it doesn't say what it's for. It's just a loan. It's not a product purchase, right? I apply for that loan. If I'm approved, they send the money to Amazon. Amazon sends it. It's got nothing to do with the product itself. It's just a loan. So I have no idea what it is I'm actually paying for with each payment now, because that's gone. So I'm getting to the point where I'm having backups of everything, almost anything I can. For the majority of stuff I have, I can't, because I would have another 20 hard drives as backups, and I can't do that. I have 3 letters in my computer that are still available that I can use for hard drive letters. So I can only have a maximum of 3 more. So I can't back up everything. So all my YouTube project files that I upload videos with, that create, and all my fire department calls that are sitting waiting to be processed, they're all backed up. All my website stuff, like I said before, is all backed up. There's over 1 million files in there that has to be backed up. My music folder is backed up, and my program folder, like programs that I have installation files for. When I restart my computer, I install programs from that folder. It's on a separate disk. That's backed up. That's it. The only time my C drive gets any kind of backup is when I have to restore the computer back to factory. At that time, that's when I make that's when I copy all the files to a folder. I call it reboot stuff, I guess. Copy everything in there. I take screenshots of everything. Take a screenshot of the desktop, so I know exactly where all my icons were, so I can put them back. I lost my desktop background of Scooby. That's gone. I don't know. I'll have it somewhere, but I'll have the original photograph too. But as far as, backup, that was in my documents, I think, or my pictures, I'm not sure which. So that's gone. So I copy my pictures folder, my documents folder, desktop folder. I get all the configuration files and settings and stuff for all my programs. I set them in there. I'm not sure what else. So that's the only time that gets backed up. So when the computer fails, I don't have those anymore, because the actual files I don't leave there, because I'm like low in space on everything, right? I need the space for other things, so it's only stored there until the computer's rebooted, then I move everything back. Some files I still have, thankfully, because it would take a long time. My renamer, I have over 2,000 rules on like replacing things and just whatever. It would take forever to go through all that again, and I can only do that when I put a file name in it that has a character that's not supposed to be there. Then I add it to the list, and 2,000, it would take forever. So I do have that, because that is stored in my documents, so I would have lost the original from that. As far as my downloader goes, all the links I had in there, gone. Can I get them back? Nope. The reason I can't get them back is because I did have a recent directory listing that I did. After losing that hard drive and not knowing what was on it, I started doing it every week now, every Sunday. That was up to date. However, that is stored on my desktop. So it's gone. I can't even determine what I lost. I have a backup. Actually, I probably have several backups on my discs. I haven't seen any of them yet. I used to save it on discs, like actual physical DVD discs. I used to save the backups. But it won't be accurate by any means. I don't even remember the last time. It's probably been a couple years since I've actually burnt a disc. So they won't be up to date, but there'll be something there. So that's all gone. I can't even determine what I've lost, right? Because that stuff is all cataloged. First thing I did when I got the computer set up, the new one, is to set up, I installed Apache and PHP so I can get my website stuff working. Immediately realized there's a problem, because on my C drive I have folders that I use. Files, when I download files, it goes into a certain specific place and starts to get processed from there. Well, that place doesn't exist anymore, and I couldn't remember the setup, so I had to the best way to do it is the main page I have. I've explained this before. I'm not even sure how to explain it at the moment, but it checks specific folders to see if there's anything in there, so I know when there's something that needs to be done. I guess the easiest way to put it. Well, I had to consult that page and see where it is checking to figure out the folder structure. I think I've got that all done now. I think. Because there's two separate parts. There's the downloads that get processed, and then there's other files that get shrunk. And there's a recycle file if something needs to be gotten rid of. If it's a duplicate or something that goes there. I don't remember what else. But it's just, there's so much. But I have a I guess you could say a wall mount for my monitor now. I had to build a frame. I'll probably show this at some point. I built a frame on my desk that I mounted this to, so I can actually pull the monitor in front of me while I'm laying in bed, so I'm not constantly looking to the left and killing my neck from constantly looking left. So that is so much better. And I have two different pairs of glasses. I got ones that are different magnification. One of them's perfect for that, and the other one's better for close-up with my phone. Because, like I said in the last video, I can't stare at my phone for everything because it just destroys my eyes, right? So these glasses actually help with that. They're better for the really, really close. And after using my phone for days, my neck was so sore. So I'm laying in bed, I'm propped up against the wall, and my head's pointing downward, looking at my phone. And basically I'm a horizontal comma. And my neck is so sore from that. I was so glad to get this computer working back. And I got it 2 days early, thankfully. It was supposed to show up Wednesday, which is today. It showed up on Monday, so I'm happy about that. But there's so much to catch up on now. And I keep having setbacks. And I'm not catching up because I'm getting farther behind. So now I don't know what files I'm missing, so I have to go through every uploader I have and get links for every video on their channel and see what it is I don't have. That's the only way I'm going to be able to do it. And of course there's new stuff I've added that is not in the database yet, so I won't be able to get those back. And like I said before, there's channels that don't exist anymore. There's a lot of files or videos that have been made private. I can't re-download. I'm so tired of it. And after I got everything set up, yesterday I had another hard drive stop working. Another YouTube storage. I have 7 altogether. This one's number 4, so it'll be earlier videos, not... The last hard drive seemed to be mostly 2023 and 2024. This one will be before that. Which means I'll probably not get all of them back either. But it was working fine. I restarted my computer after installing something, and I just noticed it wasn't there anymore. So I played with it. I unplugged it. The light's on, so it's just the computer's not picking it up. So I'm going to take it apart, because I have a feeling, the same with the other one that I lost, I have a feeling, well not a feeling, but I'm hoping, an external hard drive is just a regular internal hard drive. It's set up in a case that's got the adapter on it to adapt it to the USB. So I'm hoping it's as simple as that adapter stopped working. I'm hoping. That would be nice. And I'm going to do the same thing with every hard drive that I have right now. I'm going to do that with. Just in case the hard drive itself is still good, it's just that adapter. I will see. Because I have one that I'm using right now that is actually on that adapter. On a adapter. It has been for years. It's still going, right? It's just a bare, open hard drive. No plastic case around it. Easier to cool it. So, I got that to deal with now. So, I have another hard drive that I'm using. I don't remember what it was. I got it in place of number 4, but it's only 2 terabytes, so it's not going to store a whole lot. No. Number 7, I changed to number 4. Number 7 is, I think, a 6 or 8 terabyte hard drive. Number 7 is not in use yet, because number 6 is not full. Once 6 is full, it'll move automatically to number 7. So number 7 is not in use yet. That's why. Okay, so that's now number 4. And I think it was my previous backup that failed. That's now working again. I think I have that as number 7, because I don't need it yet. It's just there just in case. It's getting complicated, guys. Because it has to be there. I have to have that. It's part of my system. There has to be 7 drives. That's how I have it set up. If I ever need an 8, then I got to change things. It's not a big deal. Okay. I don't know what else to say. I'm out enjoying this beautiful day. Again, shorts weather, October 30th. Gotta love it. I will take it as it comes. And it looks like it's possible we're going to have another heat wave in November, like in November 11th time frame, somewhere in there, I think. Probably won't be a shorts day like this, but it'll be warmer, above, it's like 40 degrees above seasonal or something like that. That might be the States, but I remember hearing that. But we are going to be part of that heat wave. We'll be near the edge of it, but we'll be in it. So I'm looking forward to that. So, I'm voting for a year without a winter. Well, I will be very happy with that. Of course, you know what the news will be saying about it. That's okay. I'll take it. If this is what that is, I will take it. I don't like the cold. We can have tropical weather here. I don't mind. Anyways, I guess that's all I got. I'm not sure how long I've talked here, but my arm's getting tired from holding the camera up, so I'm resting on my elbow, but even still. So I'm guessing it's time, and these bugs are driving me nuts. So I will see what I can do for another update soon, if anything else changes, but for now, I don't know what else. I don't know what else to talk about or what else to show here, because I'm really not doing anything here. Right now, anyways. I did find some nature trails down the road, like 3 concessions out. I went to Listowel with Zach on Saturday and Sunday, actually. And on the way back, I saw it. So, look at it on the map. I can't really tell. It's the trees are too grown in to really see any kind of trail. So, I'll see if there's actual or I'm guessing it's Maitland Valley Conservation Authority that would take care of that, because that's what this here is. And I'll see if it's on their website, see if there's any information, maybe a trail map or something, and just kind of get an idea what it's like, and see if it's worth taking a monster down there next year. It won't be now, it won't be this year. I ain't taking this thing out of town right now, I don't trust it. But for next summer, maybe something I can check out. 3 concessions down the highway. I don't like that idea, highway, but it's closer than Allen Park Conservation Area was, I think. It's flat. There's no steep hills. So it'll be a lot easier. We'll see. Anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. Thanks for watching.